Hey, welcome back to Dutch Chat Builds. My name is Jerome. This episode is episode number 2 on the carb. Now, the other one is up here, the first one, and this continues where I left off. Now, I recorded this a long time ago, so it's about, I think, 4 months ago, September 2020. It's now January 2023. Happy New Year's. So it's a long time ago, but I still like to show you what I did with the carbs and all the problems I had with it. And I kind of battle on, and I think everybody that's working in the shed doing this for the first time like I am, you run into issues and you have to keep working on it and keep building your skills, because now I can take that carb apart and I know what's going on. And at that point when I made the video I didn't, but this is you seeing me learning how that carb works, how you can solve issues and the mistakes you make and assumptions you do. So it's a bit of a long video. If you're into this kind of building, then I think you'll like it. It'll be informative. And if not, well, I don't know. Watch another video or have a go anyway. So enjoy the video, and I will tell you this, spoiler alert, there will be another part. Alright, enjoy the video and see you on the other end. Bye bye. So I just got back from Kickback like the day before yesterday. It was a blast. Really had a good time. Right before I went to Kickback, I was working on these carbs, trying to get the bike running. And to be honest, I actually butchered the floats. I think that's a mistake you make. I was trying to adjust it, and I read that you could slightly heat this little thing in the middle to bend it a bit, like you do with the ones with a small metal piece, but this is all plastic. Well, I tried, and eventually, of course, I overdid it. So it actually snapped out. As you can see, it just melted away. Same with this. So I completely killed these. The ones from the other carb I have, they were actually broken, as you can see, so I can't use those anymore. So I had to order new ones, which is expensive if you get original ones. I didn't do that because that would cost me like 120 euros for 2. So I went to see MSNL, and they also got other ones which are cheaper. Still good, but cheaper. But the main problem, I couldn't get the setting right for the floats. I think was mainly because of this little valve float. This thing isn't springy enough, so the float will actually sag down too far, and I tried to compensate that by changing that little plastic piece, but this thing just wasn't working properly, because when I switched it around I had problems on the other side, so I had to replace that one, even though that was new, and I got an original one. So this is an original Honda valve float, so that's pretty cool. Expensive, but cool. Also got these adjusters. One of them I forgot to put in this little washer over there, which is absolutely essential. So what else did I do? So I got the floats over here. Let's have a look inside. So that's the float with the little steel bar it goes in. All right, let's put these things together and see if we've got the results. Check to see if it holds fuel. So I'm just going to put it in the vise, get some fuel in there, and see if it doesn't overflow, because that's what it's been doing all the time. So I already did a test. This one was leaking. I'm hoping it works now. Big drops. No good. Fucking hell, man. Alright, let's train him. Start again. So I keep having issues with the floats. There's still one that keeps leaking. Now this one is okay. This is actually fine. But this side keeps leaking. I'm not really sure why. I've measured them and they're both at nearly exact the same height. So what I'm thinking now, that this one, which is good, it's got the new float seal, valve float thingy. And this one's got the old new one, so the not so good new one. This one is expensive, this one isn't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap that thing out, that little jumpy thing, and see if that will close this one and let this one leak. And then I think I got my problem solved. At least I've got the problem identified. I still have to buy a new one, but yeah. Okay, let's swap them out. Let's see if it helps. Okay, this is attempt number, I think, 8 or 9. One of them will leak, I think, I'm afraid. So let's open up the fuel. Here it comes. Look. See that? So there's something else wrong. Alright, so I've used the old float this time because it fell and I kind of pushed it back in. So this little lip, I heated it up a bit and then I pushed it down a bit and then it felt nice and jumpy, just the same as this one. So yeah, let's see if that made a difference. If that doesn't work, I might push it in a bit more because I'm okay with losing it, and then I can always determine it's the float problem or it's something else. So let's try this out. Hope for the best. Yeah, it's leaking again. This carb is so much hassle. Alright, I'll drain the carbs again and okay, so I changed the setting on this thing again. So I've depressed it a bit more and measured it with this thing. The jumpiness was bigger, so I'm hoping that this will work. Not seeing anything. Oh, there it goes again. No difference. Something's wrong. I don't know what. It's and this one's fine. See that? Another drop. Okay, so attempt number gazillion trillion. Put the fuel on. Oh, fucking hell. Look at that. No difference whatsoever. Whatever I do to the float, there's no difference. There's something wrong with this thing. So an M6 tap. Just try and get the thread going. This one is way. It's overdriving. This brass is really soft to go around this. It fits just right. Just that. Turn it in there. Then I'm going to use a little bit. That's not. Come on, keep going. Just keep turning until it loosens. It's going. Yep, there it is. And it's out. Now turn this back. There it is. A thing with quite a lot of dirt. Right. But I think let me press it in. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just gonna tap that in there. Oh. So, sure. This is the one that's okay, and as you can see, that little, I'll just point it out to you, that little brass thing that we replaced, this one isn't replaced, it's got like this little edge over here, as you can see. And the one that I had didn't have that, and I've actually raised it again with the tool I got. Now I may have overdone it a bit, because as I was doing adjustments I could feel there was like a difference. I couldn't compensate with the altering of this little plastic, where is it, plastic thingy over here. So I'm just going to give it a tap to make it a bit lower. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it as is, see if that makes any difference, because the float feels totally different now. No, it's too high now, I have to change it. But it should close it a lot better now. Let's just do that. This is a bit overkill, but it should work. This doesn't go too smooth. Let's give this a try. Here comes fuel. Again. Bowls are filling. Got no leaks. Oh, there it is. It's still leaking. Zero result. It's the float bowl. Fuck. It's the float bowl. I swapped the float bowls just to make sure, because I thought there would be no difference. That'd be it. Here comes the fuel. It's holding. Finally I got it. Yes. So it is now 3 a.m. past, it's 3:15 in the night a.m. I've been working a lot on this carb. I've tried so many different things. I've even taken out the thing where the float is in, thinking it was leaky. I've done all sorts of things. I've taken this thing apart like 20 times, kept leaking. The one thing I assumed was good was this, the float bowl. Now, last attempt, I thought I have to switch this around and check if it is actually as good, and bam.
So actually this little bronze thing is leaking up here somewhere. So as soon as the bowl is just about full, it starts leaking. And I confuse that with the bowl overflowing and the float's not pushing it closed. So they're dry now. Just open it again. Yeah, there's no leaks, no nothing. Not from the sides, not from any screws, nowhere. Hey, okay. Monitor. That's okay. 12.7, so that should work. We'll have a go. Open the fuel. Fuel is on. Wait till the bowls fill up. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh shit. There it goes again. Damn it. Shit. It's pouring out. So this is the vacuum port on the left carb, and as you can see, it's absolutely smothered in fuel. So that thing was just massively overflowing. Something wrong with that float. Okay, so I did a complete change of this little thing again, because I'm pretty sure that for some reason that valve float isn't completely closing. It's not being pushed down enough, and also it was catching on these little threads I made. So I swapped them out again. I tried to get it as clean as I could. The risk, of course, is that the float's going to wobble about and it's not going to close properly, but now I've really overdone it with pushing the that thing back in, so it's pretty high up. But it is closing now, so that means that the valve itself is okay. But the float's like really high up now, so that's no good. But just curious to see how much fuel actually comes out of this one, which is the good one, and that one, which is the bad one. So I've got this little tray here. Just going to catch that fuel that's going to come out and see what difference I've got. All right, that one's empty. That is the difference I've made. Now what? Okay, so I did more work on the carb, and as you can see, it is not leaking anymore. The one on the right is the problem. So fuel is open. I've got no leaks nowhere. Now we have to see what happens once it starts running and starts moving the float up and down. If it'll run. So yeah, I guess fingers crossed again. Alright. Fuel on. Is it neutral? It is neutral. As a run. I've got no.